Go local or go home. It's the Sunday Night Shakedown, Rochester's local music show. On 98.9 The Buzz.
98.9 The Buzz, the Sunday Night Shakedown with the Soviet Dolls. Nothing is forever. Before the Tommy T and the Gliders by request, Sugarfoot Blues, and Blue Falcon kicked off that set with Slow Dragon. Blue Falcon's going to be featured in City Newspaper in the next couple of weeks. They have their CD release show October 4th. I'm not sure where, but I'll be writing all sorts of stuff about those guys. But now, stand back. It's Eyesalve in the studio. Roger, Brian, Mike, and Steve. What do you say, fellas?
Hey,
how you doing?
Good to have you guys back. What's new and exciting in the Eyesalve world?
Well, we're just excited to be here with episode number 397. That's amazing.
I think it's
Yes.
It's 398, is it?
I think tonight is episode 397. We've done the show 397 times, and we have the scars to prove it.
Yeah.
We're slowly approaching episode 400, so that's going to be pretty intense.
And we still haven't amounted to anything. So what do you guys got coming up on the horizon?
Well, let's see. We got a couple shows coming up. We got October 26th. We're going to be playing at the Artisan.
Now, what is the Artisan all about?
Well, it's on South Clinton Avenue, and
Is it the old church?
yeah, it's the old church on
Downtown.
South Clinton Avenue at the top of the hill, and we're going to be doing a show for the Fair Trade Rochester compilation CD.
Now tell me a little bit about that CD as well. I know the goods are on it, but besides that, there's some good bands, right?
Yeah, Woody and the Goods are on it for comic relief. No,
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Click. So
We invite you into our home, and this is what you do.
Yeah. Guess who's getting his microphone turned off?
Click. So Eyesalve and Violet Mary and the Goods and Mochester, and there's about 15 bands on it.
Whose idea was this?
Really, it was Fair Trade Music, Chris Teal, Mike Muscarella. I know Woody was in on the early talking. I was talking to them.
It's kind of like a union.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it features all bands from Rochester, and it's a great way to feature local music and local bands from Rochester.
What is the goal besides? I'm sure it's for promoting the bands, but what is the mission?
Well, just like you guys and people like the House of Guitars, we're just trying to keep music alive in Rochester.
Is it at risk, you think?
It's just not an easy thing to be an original band in Rochester, New York.
I'm telling you,
That's true.
Every week we have more and more bands showing up. I mean, I know it's not easy, but there's no shortage of Rochester rock and roll.
Right, I shouldn't, not to say keep it alive, but keep it healthy.
And
just
keep
to
it
showcase what's going on.
Viable and
keep
give it the respect it deserves.
Yes. Well put.
Absolutely. And I think another thing the point Roger's making is also to keep it alive, keep it viable, and also raise the awareness of the general public in Rochester, because a lot of people who are not musicians who still live in the Rochester area generally are not aware of what a very strong and talented music scene we have in Rochester. And I think, what Roger's trying to say, the point of this Fair Trade Rochester Music Compilation CD is to raise that level of awareness and get people coming out to the shows for these local bands.
Woody, how often do we get phone calls every week? People asking, what was that song you guys just played? They're from Rochester? Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's bands that have been around forever that people don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're called the Rock City.
That's right. We're rocking and rolling.
It's the idea of the cross exposure of people that are Eyesalve fans that have never heard of the Goods. When they get the CD from us and then they hear that, they say, oh, okay, so there's another band I like. And somebody that likes Violet Mary but has never heard of Mochester. It's just a way for people to expand their horizon.
Well, there's the bands, there's radio, there's newspaper. We need to. We're both going after the same fans, and there's a good thing. But no band wants to play a show where their only audience is the other band.
The other bands, right? Yeah.
You want to play to people that are strictly fans,
right? Yeah.
And that happens a lot. You go to shows where it's a very rewarding thing when you can go to a show and just play to the other band that's sharing the bill with you. That can be rewarding because you know that the people listening are also musicians and they're appreciating the music that you're playing. But it's also It's also very rewarding when you get to play a show for people who are not musicians, who are just there to listen to the music and enjoy it.
And there's more people like that in the world than there are musicians.
Right.
Sometimes you can't tell, but
yeah. And Frank and I talk about about this a lot here on the Shakedown is when you're in a band in Rochester or any city anywhere around the world, you're always rolling the dice. You're always taking a bit of a gamble when you go out and play a show full of original music.
Well, because it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be uphill.
Yeah, yeah, because the audience, generally people are afraid of the unfamiliar, and audiences don't always respond well to songs they haven't already heard a million times. So when you're a local band playing original music, you're rolling the dice. But it takes that bravery to put your original music out in front of those audiences, and when they respond well to your music, that's a very satisfying feeling.
Sitting here on the Sunday Night Shakedown talking to Eyesalve, they have a show Saturday, October 26th at the Artisan on South Clinton Avenue. Roger, Brian, Mike, and Steve. And guys, the song you put on the CD, this Fair Trade CD, is it also available on your record, or is it something exclusive to just the CD?
Oh, we absolutely have it. It's on our first record. It's on the EP. It's called No Compromise, and it's a 6-song EP. Man, it's a full throttle rock song, no doubt.
And what's the recording schedule for you guys for your next record or your next trip to the studio?
It'll be soon. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to go. We've been in talk with a bunch of management companies and stuff. Of course, we can't divulge any details until we sign a dotted line by any means.
Little teaser.
Yeah,
I've got an idea.
It'll happen soon, and there's people that are in talks with us from out of state. I can't tell you that they're in Nashville, but we may have to fly down there and talk to them in more detail.
I've got an idea. How about Belly of the Whale with Mike Mascarella?
That's not out of the question. As a matter of fact,
we were just talking about him off mic.
We're going to be recording the concert October 26th,
right.
And then we'll go into the Belly of the Whale and we'll do some post-production there.
See?
So there'll be a live album coming out of that, but that's all stuff that everybody's already familiar with. We've got a few songs that we're starting to play live that will go on.
You're road testing them?
Yeah, exactly, and they'll be on the next CD.
When you guys do that, do you find the songs change sometimes based on audience response, or just how you get familiar before you road test them?
Oh, they absolutely change. A lot of times phrasings, especially for me, lyrically,
right.
Yeah, it changes a lot.
You get more comfortable singing something?
Well, and I write my own songs and I write my own lyrics, but I constantly forget the words.
Well, so you're making it on the fly.
Sometimes it's just watermelon.
Check it out. He's improvising. He's improvising. No, he forgot the words.
Yeah. We call that improvisation.
David Lee Roth had this one joke. He had a T-shirt on that said, "No, motorbike." From the Elton John song. What, do you hit a question?
Oh, yeah. When Brian was talking earlier about the sound of his music, we play some Eyesalve songs here on the Sunday Night Shakedown. You're talking about management and business aspects of the music, which is very important. And I was wondering if you had any advice for other bands in the Rochester area that play original music and are looking for some type of representation in terms of agents or people to help them book shows and things like that. Because you guys get good gigs, and I think part of the reason why that is because you have a good sound. I mean, you guys are professional. You guys sound great. You're good songwriters. You're all good musicians. Your recordings are produced very well, and I think that it certainly helps in terms of the business aspects of things, and it helps with the booking process. But what are some tips or pointers that you could give to other bands who aren't as developed, who would like to, set forth in that world of band management and booking?
Well, thank you very much for the compliment. That's great.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
I mean it sincerely.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the Great House of Guitars. So go there and get a good quality instrument to begin with.
Right.
But beyond that, it's just, I recognize that I'm responsible for my own popularity. And what I mean by that is if I just sit around and do nothing, then no one's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to pay attention. But if I make a lot of noise, especially on social network, and I get people to follow me, then they're going to be paying attention.
Yeah.
Nobody loves you like you.
Amen.
Right. But that's the thing. You could have the best song in the world. It could be the greatest sounding record in the world. But if you don't promote it, then no one's going to know about it. And it's going to sit on your shelf in your bedroom and collect dust.
Absolutely. I mean, if you don't really love what you're doing musically, why bother?
But let me just say this to all the bands we play here on the Shakedown. You're getting played on the radio. You're playing rock and roll. Whether you're playing to 5 people or 1,000 people, you've already made it. You're playing rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I think a lot of times people judge it by the size of their crowd or the size of their management contract, but you want to know what? All these bands have made it. You're on the radio, you're playing rock and roll.
That's a good point. Yeah, and just to be a musician and to be playing your own original music is rewarding in its own right.
Each day you get away with it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, my suggestion is just to be true to yourself and, you know, not to, you know, the term sell out. Okay, there's a lot of people who have changed who they are and what they do just to further their career and see more money come in. And it just ends up being, pardon the term, it's prostitution. You're just out there, you're selling yourself for money, and if you can say you still have your artistic integrity at the end of it, then you're solid.
Amen, brother. Sitting here on the Sunday-Night Shakedown talking to Eyesalve. They've got a show again October 26th at Artisan on South Clinton Avenue. South Clinton Avenue. You guys have a website for the kids to get in touch with you guys?
Absolutely. It's eyesalveonline.com. That's eyesalveonline.com. One more time, eyesalveonline.com.
There you go.
Brian, tell me about the song Way Out that you can play for us right now. What's it all about?
All right. Well, it's really just a song about love. You know,
aren't they all?
Well, hey, you know, we're all about loving more.
Right.
And but it's funny because
we should call you guys Heart Salve.
Yes. Hey, I salve, you salve, we all salve.
You heard that? We apologize.
Dude, I like it. But no, honestly, I mean, it's a song about where we have people in our lives that, as much as we try to show them the right way, and we try to show them how to, you know, live in the right way, they're always going to make bad choices. And honestly, the song is just about, hey,
Woody, this one's for you.
Yeah, I want to help you as best I can, so I'm going to stretch out my hand, and I want you to grab a hold of it because I want to show you a better way. And
really, this really is for you, Woody.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
I got nothing but love for all of you.
This is Eyesalve live on the Sunday Night Shakedown with their song Way Out, baby, right now, live.
Enough with all of your reasons. I'm sick of standing in line. I see the changing of seasons. It's just a matter of time. Don't have to think it over. You know her love is real. Remember what I promised. Baby, just trust what you feel now. Come with me, let me lead on the floor. I will be all that you really want, really want. Girl, don't fight it, let it be. I know you want it bad as me. See you run from love and I can't take it. This is the way out. Come on and take my hand and run. Leaving the world behind your innocence. This is a chance to be. This is a chance to be everything that you want in love. Won't go a second without you. The sand is falling in time. Abandon all of my resource. I've got to have you as mine. Don't wanna waste the moment. You know her love is real. Forget what's on the surface. Baby, just trust what you feel now. Come with me, let me lead on the floor. I will be all that you really want, really want. Girl, don't fight it, let it be. I know you want it bad as me. See you run from love and I can't take it. This is the way out. Come on and take my hand and run, leaving the world behind your innocence. This is a chance to be. This is a chance to be everything that you want in love. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
and take my hand and run, leaving the world ill behind your innocence. This is the way out. Come on and take my hand and run, leaving the world ill behind your innocence. This is a chance to be, this is a chance to be everything that you want in love.
The Sunday Night Shakedown on 98.9 The Buzz.